And I thank all of you for being involved in that great effort, and for you to come here and to celebrate, because this is also a celebration. So this is a reception for all of you, and this is also a reception for the new ambassador of the United States to the Philippines. I was very touched when I read in the newspapers in the United States that Ambassador Thomas was deeply concerned about the issues of human rights. For those of us who were involved in the great effort to have freedom in the Philippines during the Marcos years, we understand what it is for human rights to be violated. When people want to stay in power at any cost, they're willing to sacrifice the lives and the peace of so many people who are against them. So we understand deeply the concern for human rights and the concern for justice which the ambassador expressed regarding the recent gruesome murders of the journalist in Maguindanao. We join with you in the effort to bring justice in that regard. Now, to the journalists who are here, you play a very important role in the destiny of this country. To speak the truth, it's a very dangerous profession, especially if you're telling the truth, because you will offend powers that be, who are very powerful and many are very violent. But to be true to yourself and to help create a better country, this has to be done. You play a very important role. I am also a journalist in some way. I write a regular column for Filipino-American newspapers in the United States. I write a regular column for the Inquirer Net every week. So I understand what it is, how dangerous it is sometimes that you have to speak out against injustice and so many other anomalies. But you do play an important role. Let me introduce Ambassador Harry Thomas. Ambassador Thomas has been in the Foreign Service since 1984. And prior to his assignment here in the United States, he was Director General of the Foreign Service, and he was also Director of the Human Resources in the Secretary of State's office, State Secretary's office, the National State Secretary's office. He was also Executive Secretary there. He was also Special Assistant to State Secretary or National Secretary Condoleezza Rice. Prior to that, he was assigned as ambassador to Bangladesh and also to other posts, such as India and Zimbabwe and Nigeria and in Peru. How do I know about that? Well, I read about it extensively. And Ambassador also came from Holy Cross University, once a great basketball force, and also did further studies at Columbia University. The ambassador is a remarkable linguist. He speaks Spanish. He speaks Hindi. He speaks Bangla, which is the language of Bangladesh, I understand. And he's coming very well with his studies of Tagalog. And I understand his English is also not that bad. We are honored, Mr. Ambassador, by your presence here. We welcome you to the Philippines. Our hearts are with you, and thank you for this celebration of a new dawn for new hopes, new expectations, and hopefully a better country for everyone. I give you Ambassador Thomas.
Thank you very much, Ted. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Ted, thanks to you and your wife for hosting us. I'm here with my deputy, Ms. Bassett, and our Cultural Affairs Officer, Mr. Tordella. So we would clearly like to say to everyone, Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ms. Nicholas, Mahay na Bangi. Thank you all for your kind invitation. I'm very impressed to see all of you here. It is extremely important that you've come for this to express democracy, show your support for democracy. I think that we know that some of you were members of the Hyatt 10. You sacrificed your careers for principle, and you have proven to be right. So we salute you for that. Mahalaga ang inyong ginagawa dito. I had an opportunity to meet the President-elect, and I found him confident, secure, ready to partner with the United States and other nations to bring more opportunities to the Philippines. We are very proud of USAID and Peace Corps, which have been here for 49 years. We're going to celebrate their 50th anniversary next year. The President is going to increase the size of the Corps. But we are also equally proud of American businesses who are trying to do investment here. And we hope that the new president will establish a framework that will allow not only for more American businesses, but businesses from around the world. Because if you really are going to change the Philippines, you're going to have to employ people and give them opportunities here. Now, before I close, I would like to say that last Saturday, we went to Corregidor. We had a visiting Lieutenant General, the head of our U.S. Army forces in Japan. So when you have a visitor, you take them somewhere. So we took him to Corregidor. And it was a ferry ride. And it was one of the most amazing trips I've had in my life. It really was. Not because we were going to Corregidor. That is sacred land, and we know why, and I don't have to tell you why. But on the ferry ride over there, we were guests of Doris Nexai Ho, and she was kind enough to bring many of us on. But on that ride, I met many Filipino Americans. That's not unusual here. What was unusual, that they were all worked at various U.S. embassies. And I only knew one of them who was stationed in Kuwait. But he introduced me to others who were from Islamabad, Israel, someone was in from Mexico, and we kept meeting all these people, and they were coming back to various family events and just happened to be on the same boat. I met a guy who was not Filipino American as we were leaving, who went to my high school in Brooklyn. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. And I thought to myself, only the United States. We are only ones who are going to take immigrants, others. You work hard, you get opportunity, and you will be a success. And I felt how blessed I was to be an American. And when we look that we have a president whose first children of an immigrant, someone who considers